the better and better.
You got to take that risk. I agree.
Absolutely.
You know, one thing that I found that is weird about astrology and stuff like that is some people are like, oh man, how do you do that? I don't believe in that. I'm like, no, man, seriously. I've literally studied it for years, and I can tell you like if I'm automatically like hitting it off with somebody like really cool without any effort, I know they're within these certain signs. I typically know when they're like a Sagittarius or another Leo or
I was going to say
an Aries.
I would have guessed that you were a Leo or a Virgo.
Yeah. My dad was actually a Virgo.
My wife's a Leo. My best friend's a Leo. I'm a Virgo.
Ah.
See, there it is. Weird stuff, folks.
Universe.
This room feels different.
Yeah, right. Yeah. I mean, it's a weird. There's a weird energy, like when these like kindred spirits kind of like connect, and they like it's a weird frequency, right? It's a weird frequency. Nicholas Tesla, I'm calling you in there, but it's a weird frequency where it's like some people just like you kind of know them a little bit and you kind of get them, and some people you just fucking don't.
Yeah.
And you can just like all my best friends are mostly always fire signs. Mm-hmm. Like they've always just stayed around, and like the relationships, the easier ones have always been the same freaking signs.
Yeah.
It's been like that. And so like I will literally creep some people out like, hey, you're an Aries, or hey, you're Sagittarius or you're a Cancer because I know because of this person, or you're a Gemini because of this. I know this personality behavior and the way that I'm interacting with you. This is typically what I've experienced. It has to be that.
I don't know what the science is behind it. If there's science at all, it's probably something that none of us understand, like just the frequencies of the universe. No one probably understands that in depth, but it does sincerely feel like you meet someone and you meet someone that you click with. There's a frequency that you both hit, and you guys are humming along to the same song, and things flow naturally. Communication is easy. Conversations are great. Laughter is there. You get each other. I will say I have used this outside of friendships. I've used this in professional settings before where I've had my group of analysts at Tesla. Hey guys, we're going to take a personality test today because I just inherited you guys. I want to know about you. I want to see what you're like. The scary part was I want to say like 90% of them were just like me. 100% of them were almost identical, but one little piece off. All of these analysts, and that told me, okay, I know exactly how I'm going to manage you guys. I know what the incentives are for you. And the incentives for you aren't a pizza party. It's not going to be that pat on the back. I am going to give you the hardest problems that I have, and I'm going to give you all the room you desire to fix these problems or solve. A lot of happiness whenever you're giving people room. But there's been times where I've managed people and I've gone back and tried to figure out, okay, what do I think this personality type is? What do I think their sun sign is? If I can just figure that out, I can maybe get an edge, understand just a little bit more about them, trial and error some stuff and see if that helps. Personalities are odd like that. And we talked about AI earlier. Imagine if AI could figure out your personality based on things that you do. And it's stuff that's public. Imagine if they went to your Facebook. Imagine if they went to your YouTube channel. Imagine if they interacted with your avatar in the metaverse and they learned a lot about your personality and they matched you with something that made your life whole and complete. Imagine if they matched you with a virtual assistant that knew you weren't having a good day. It knew that you were having a good day. It knew that you had a recent success and you need to share that with people that you love. So it sets up a call with your family later. Holy cow. Imagine if it ordered you something to eat because it can tell by your eyes you're pretty hangry. You probably need something. Imagine if it knew you were low on potassium. Start throwing wearables in there. You can do this stuff. And we talked about all kinds of things over the past, hour, 2 hours, 3 hours we've been together today. And I think the one thing that we can continually point back to is there is a life, and it is a good life, where technology and people can be paired together